So the Oscar nominees came out, and there's a lot of talk about that stuff. Oscar snubs, who should have been in, who should have been out. Oscars are so white. That seems to be the big topic. So I'm here to discuss those and give you my thoughts on that. I had my head down just because I'm on the internet and I'm just trying to see the pictures that show who's nominated, just so I can give some more back thought and be able to read off the list. But I'll be giving you guys who should win the Oscars, who shouldn't win the Oscars, who was snubbed in that particular category. So just sit back and have fun. And yes, we will be discussing everything. This is in no particular order, so I'm just going through the list of pictures I see that have the different nominations, so just bear with me. And I'll put the little pictures here on the side too for you guys, just so that you guys can know what I'm talking about and just have a look at the nominees yourself. By the way, I'm only doing all the main categories too, just to let you guys know. So stuff like best costume, best editing and stuff like that, I'll probably leave that stuff out, just hit the main ones. So the first awards I see on this Oscar Facebook page is the animated feature film nominees. And the films nominated are I'm Elisa, Boy in the World, Inside Out, Shaun the Sheep the movie, and When Marnie Was There. First of all, I'm really happy that When Marnie Was There is nominated. As you guys know, it was in my top 10 movies of the year. I'm really glad it got some love. I didn't know if it was going to, just because the Oscars kind of work a little bit funny, even though some Studio Ghibli movies have been nominated, but mainly for like foreign movies, I believe. So I was really happy to see that. I thought I'm Elisa was a good movie. I did see that. I didn't review it, but I thought it was a good movie. I just couldn't really get into it. I never heard of Boy in the World, so I don't really know about that, so I can't really talk about it, obviously. Inside Out, I thought it was a good movie. Personally, I thought The Good Dinosaur was better, but I do understand the complexity of Inside Out, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be a big hit here. Shaun the Sheep the movie, good movie in my eyes. I love the movie. I like stop motion in general, so that's always going to be there for me. For me, what's really missing out is just the Peanuts movie. I thought that was a great movie in my eyes. That's probably maybe the second best animated movie, right behind When Marnie Was There in my eyes, to be completely honest with you guys. So I'm kind of sad about that. I wish that was in there. So I would say that was kind of a snub in this category. I would take The Boy in the World out and put in the Peanuts movie, but that's just me. So who should win for best feature film nominees? I really feel like it should be When Marnie Was There. I thought that the story was really good. It's like an adult type of story, but children can still get behind it. But you could still say the same about Inside Out. So I think what should win is When Marnie Was There, but what will win is Inside Out, because a lot of people love Inside Out. I don't think enough people have seen When Marnie Was There. I don't think they really understand the complexity and stuff like that with the movie, so that's my vote for that one. Next up is the writing adapted screenplay nominees, and the nominees are The Big Short, Brooklyn, Carol, The Martian, and Room. All phenomenal movies in my eyes. I thought The Big Short was a pretty good movie. I don't know if it was Oscar worthy, but it's in there, so I guess you can put that in there. Brooklyn I thought was a good movie. I didn't really care for the story or so, but Carol was a great movie. I thought it was kind of boring and a little bit too slow for me, but still a great movie. The Martian, I love The Martian. Phenomenal movie. I was really in tune. In The Room, I thought, see, if I was to make like a top 10 best movie as far as like your film school stuff would go, I think Room would go in there. So for me, the best movie in here would probably be The Room in my eyes. I thought that was a phenomenal movie. Cinematography nominees, and they are Carol, The Hateful Eight, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, Sicario. To me, this is a three-man's race between Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, and Sicario. I thought Sicario, Roger Deakins, he does his thing as he usually does in the nighttime sequences. They look phenomenal, some of the best. It's not really like those bright lit backgrounds on characters at nighttime. It really feels like nighttime. They feel like you're there. So it's a phenomenal job to him. The Revenant, we all know the whole story with The Revenant and how they filmed in natural lighting, and that really did help the story, just because you have to film at specific times to make sure you get the scenes right. And I felt like the whole dawn to dusk thing kind of worked in that movie. And Mad Max Fury Road, man, that movie was gorgeous, man. You see all the explosions, the sand, you can see the sand in the movie and stuff like that. Like, it was really good. So for me, what should win will be The Revenant, but what will win will probably be The Revenant too. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to The Revenant. Hard choice though between Mad Max, The Revenant, and Sicario. All right, best actor in the leading role. This one's gonna have a whole bunch of controversy, but let's just get into it. Bryan Cranston for Trumbo, Matt Damon for The Martian, Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant, Michael Fassbender for Steve Jobs, and Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl. Honestly, I would take Bryan Cranston off the list, and Eddie Redmayne in my opinion. I thought Bryan Cranston did a good job, but I thought it was a lot better in my eyes. Same thing with Eddie Redmayne. I felt like he only got nominated for what he did last year, and I think The Danish Girl and his performance in it, I thought he was better a lot last year than he was in this year. So I would take those two off, and I would honestly replace them with Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith for Concussion, or Michael B. Jordan for Creed, or Will Smith for Concussion. Adu Abram, I believe that's his name, from Beast of No Nation. I thought he did a good job too. Maybe the kid, I think his name is Jacob something, from Room. I would put him in there too over Bryan Cranston and Eddie Redmayne. So, you know, there are some snubs there. I wish, you know, any of those guys got in here. But my vote, honestly, from this list that's here, I think who will win will be Leonardo DiCaprio, just because he's been snubbed for the past like 15 years. So he kind of has to win. I think who should win, honestly, is Michael Fassbender. I know I'm surprised a whole bunch of people were saying that, but I think Fassbender was a better actor in his movie than DiCaprio. I feel like DiCaprio kind of got outbeat in his own movie by another person that we'll talk about in another category. So that's just my opinion on this. I do wish that Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan were nominated though. I feel like you can't have, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone nominated for Best Supporting Actor without Michael B. Jordan being nominated here. So I really think that's a big snub in my eyes. Alright, Best Actress in the Leading Role. We have Cate Blanchett for Carol, Brie Larson for Room, Jennifer Lawrence for Joy, Charlotte Rampling for 45 Years, and Saoirse Ronan, I'm sorry if I messed up your name, for Brooklyn. Honestly, I would take Jennifer Lawrence off this list, to be completely honest with you. I thought Joy was an okay movie. I felt like I seen Jennifer Lawrence do better roles in her life than Joy, to be completely honest with you. So I would take that movie out. And I would put in maybe Daisy Ridley for Star Wars. Thought she did a phenomenal job, especially for being her big feature film debut. She did a phenomenal job in that movie. I would put in Charlize Theron for Mad Max Fury Road, another actress who did a phenomenal job in their movie. So I feel like those two were like the big snubs from this category in my opinion. But out of all these people that are here nominated, who I think should win is Brie Larson. She did a phenomenal job in Room. She really helped you care about her character and her experience. So I think she did a great job in that one. And I think who will win is Brie Larson too. So, hey man, this is kind of a lock for me. So Brie Larson all the way. I do think that Cate Blanchett will kind of hit her, maybe have some more leeway in here just because it's Cate Blanchett and she's basically like this generation's Meryl Streep. So you can't really exclude her from the conversation. But she did a great job in this one. But Brie Larson, man, Brie Larson all the way. Long overdue. You seen Short Term Loss? Check that out. Great movie. The Oscar page kind of had their thing all over the place. So now I'm here at Best Picture. They had The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight. This is gonna be a tough category, guys. We'll replace The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, and Brooklyn with, you know, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Ex Machina, Beast of No Nation, Creed. Any of those movies I would put in here over any of these three movies. Just cause I thought those movies were a lot better in my opinion. But what I think should win is Mad Max Fury Road. I thought Mad Max Fury Road was a phenomenal movie, the best action movie in maybe a decade or two. It was that great in my eyes. And what will win, honestly, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go with The Revenant. I feel like, you know, it's directed by the same guy that did Birdman last year. Alejandro Inarritu. I'm sorry if I messed up your name, but he did that movie. He did The Revenant too, and just the accomplishment with the filmmaking aspect. You know, the Oscars are kind of known for really liking movies like those, so The Revenant, it probably will win in my eyes just based off that. But I think what should win is Mad Max Fury Road, just because if it's accomplishments of action and just the editing and stuff like that. I felt like that was the best movie of this year out of these movies that were nominated. Also, you can't exclude Spotlight. For Spotlight, it was a really good movie. The Oscars are kind of known for like biopic type of movies, and they really love those, so you can't really exclude Spotlight too. And the acting was great in that, and the story was just really touching, really heartfelt. So I guess you have to really include that too. So it's kind of a three-way race in my eyes, but you know, The Revenant should win. I mean, The Revenant will win, but Mad Max probably should win. Writing original screenplay nominees. We have Bridge of Spies, Ex Machina, Inside Out, Spotlight, and Straight Outta Compton. I'm really glad that Straight Outta Compton got some love. I thought that was a great movie. I was really scared that Oscars wasn't gonna give it any type of love, but they did, so I'm happy about that, even though it is written by two white guys, so you guys say what you want about that, but it did get nominated. Also happy that Ex Machina did too, just cause that was a great movie too, and I felt like if it wasn't gonna get nominated for Best Picture, it should have been nominated here, and it did, so I'm happy about that. So obviously, what I think should win is Ex Machina, and what I think will win is Ex Machina, but I'm just happy that these two movies got some love, because I feel like these two movies kind of should have been in the Best Picture nominees too. I forgot to include Straight Outta Compton when I mentioned it, but I feel like these movies could have been nominated too for that stuff, but I feel like this is like a secondary category for Best Picture kind of, so I'm happy about that. Alright, so now we're here at Best Actor in a Supporting Role. The nominees are Christian Bale for The Big Short, Tom Hardy for The Revenant, Mark Ruffalo for, I forget the name of the movie, I think it's Imaginary something, Mark Rylance, which is for Bridge of Spies, and Sylvester Stallone for Creed. I'm happy that Tom Hardy got some love. The Oscars are kind of known for not supporting Tom Hardy. He did a phenomenal job. In my opinion, he outdid Leo DiCaprio in The Revenant. So I think he should win. Honestly, I think he should win because he was that great out of all these people in here. But I think who will win is Sylvester Stallone. It's Creed, it's Rocky. Everybody loves Rocky. Everybody loves the underdog story. And this honestly is his best performance since those type of movies. So I think he will win in that aspect, but I think Tom Hardy should win in my eye. But also, who I think should be nominated, who I would take out, I would probably take out Mark Rylance, because he doesn't really do that much in Bridge of Spies. Just stay silent and maybe say a few words every once in a while. And I will put in Idris Elba for Beast of No Nation. John Boyega for Star Wars Episode 7. Those are the two that really come to mind at the moment. I mean, they did better than Mark Rylance. I didn't see the movie that Mark Ruffalo was in, so I can't really say. And Christian Bale, he was okay in his movie, but I've seen better performances from Christian Bale, honestly. So I will probably take those guys out and put in the Idris Elba, the John Boyegas, Oscar Isaac for Ex Machina. I mean, hey man, there's some better talent and acting going on in my eyes. So I think they could have did that better. Best Supporting Actress and the Supporting Role nominees: Jennifer Jason Leigh for The Hateful Eight, Rooney Mara for Carol, even though that is a lead performance, but she'll probably have a better chance winning and supporting than leads. We understand that. Rachel McAdams for Spotlight, Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl, not Ex Machina, so that really surprised me, and Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs, which I thought she did a great job in my eyes, honestly. I didn't think she was going to win the Golden Globes, but she still did a great job. Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl, and not Ex Machina, really surprised me. I thought she did better in Ex Machina than she did for The Danish Girl, but I guess the people for The Danish Girl campaigned more for that movie, even though she was more of like a lead in that movie too, and not a supporting, but I guess she would have a higher chance of winning in this category than in the lead category, so I understand. But honestly, I would probably take out Rachel McAdams. I think she was good in the movie. She wasn't great, but she was good in Spotlight. I thought she could have did a little bit better, but honestly, I would probably replace her and put in, I don't know who I would replace Rachel McAdams with, but I just didn't think she was the best. But I guess this is probably the most well, the best of all the lists that I've named so far, so we'll see what happens in this one. I think Kate Winslet should win for Michael Fassbender. She did a great job in that movie, but I think who will win is probably Alicia Vikander, just because of basically this nomination is kind of like a mixture for Ex Machina and The Danish Girl in my eyes. So in directing nominees, Adam McKay for The Big Short, George Miller for Mad Max Fury Road, Alejandro Inarritu for The Revenant, Lenny Abrahamson for Room, and Tom McCarthy for Spotlight. No Ryan Coogler for Creed. No Ridley Scott for The Martian. I could probably take out Adam McKay for The Big Short and put in one of those in my eyes. I think this is a pretty solid list in my opinion. Maybe F. Gary Gray for Straight Outta Compton too. Pretty good job directing in my eyes. This is George Miller for Mad Max Fury Road. Just cause what I said before with the whole Best Picture, just the same exact stance. I think who will win is Alejandro Inarritu for The Revenant, for the same thing I said, why he possibly could win for Best Picture. So basically the same stuff between Best Picture and Best Directing in my eyes. But yeah, this year, I really feel like some snubs have been going on. I forgot to mention Jason Mitchell for Straight Outta Compton, and also Benicio del Toro for supporting in Sicario. So both of those could have fit for Best Supporting in my eyes too. But yeah, it's the year of the snubs. All the people that are nominated are white. I really would have loved to see some more diversity. I feel like the black actors and directors did phenomenal jobs in this year and could have competed with anybody on this list and should have and could have won in my eyes. So I'm really disappointed at that. I really feel like, maybe if people are really offended by this, maybe they should boycott the Oscars and just not go up there to present awards and actually take a stance. This is Will Smith's best performance in like 10 years. You got to give him some credit. Ryan Coogler did a phenomenal job. If it wasn't for Ryan Coogler, Sylvester Stallone would have not gotten nominated for Best Supporting Actor. So come on, it's like a win-win here. I mean, they're both connected basically, so one cannot be there without the other in my eyes. Same thing with Michael B. Jordan. Samuel L. Jackson for Best Lead in the acting role could have been nominated for The Hateful Eight. He did a phenomenal job. He held the movie, and he was the main actor. I don't care what you say. So I really feel like, if people are really offended, they should boycott. Just don't watch it, protest, make Hollywood force you to put you in these conversations with the Oscars and have the Oscars have a look at themselves. From what I understand, the Oscars are basically 94% white or something like that. I think most of them are men, and most of them have an average age of like 63 or something like that. So that honestly describes the nominations of why these people were nominated, because they just did not connect with the roles of the diverse and the minority in these conversations. So we have to take a look at that, get them out of the whole Oscar thing, and just get some new people, some fresh faces, some young people. Have some people that understand that the audience opinions matters in these conversations. So we have to have a look at that too in my eyes. Tarantino could have got nominated for Best Original Screenplay too. I mean, I don't know, like they're just picking all the people that don't really have no controversy in their films, or say. Like even the people from Carol didn't really get nominated, except for the Best Acting nominations. That's a controversial issue, the whole lesbian thing. So I think Hollywood has to take a look at diversity and controversial figures and topics, and really have to take a stance on those and put them in there and let people have a discussion. And that's my opinion on these. So have you seen the Oscar nominations, or have you heard about them? If you have, comment below with your thought. What do we have to do to fix this diversity problems and these problems with controversy in the Oscars? Do we need to get those people out of office? Do we need to get some young people in there? Should we just leave it how it is? Who should have got nominated? What's the biggest snub of the year? Who would you take out? Again, comment your thoughts. I'm your host, Marques Underwood. Enjoy the quest.